Because if you don't know that you don't know them, there's nothing you can do about it. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm on this hamster wheel. In my business, it's Groundhog Day. Every day it's the same thing over and over and over again. And you don't see a door as an exit. You can't see a way out. Leadership is about consistency. It's not about perfection. Don't have to be perfect. Don't feel guilty about it. Hey, it's Sean here. Firstly, welcome to my inner circle.
Okay, so what do you think the top 3 biggest mistakes business owners make?
Top 3 biggest mistakes. First one I have to say is thinking you can do it all yourself. You know, I made that mistake for probably 15 years or more. It was a story that I got from my dad, and I know that he was trying to help me and serve me along the way, which is, mate, if you want it done right, do it yourself, because it'll be cheaper and you'll do it better. That was his frame, and obviously I was impacted by that and conditioned by that for many, many years. But then when I realized that, hang on, that's not my belief. I don't actually believe that. I want to achieve this, but I can only get to here on my own. And so I need to actually get other people in. That's when I started to ask for support, get mentorship. I pretty much had mentorship for the last 15 years straight, except for 1 year. And in that year, I actually went backwards. I didn't actually progress, I actually regressed. And then I realized I needed mentorship or a peer in the industry to support me as I'm moving forward and progressing. But the whole, that thing of thinking you do it all yourself, it's just completely wrong, right? You need to switch it on its head and be saying, right, when is the soonest point I could offload something? And ideally, if you're trying to build a $1 million business, your value to the business is $500 an hour. Whereas if you're doing a $25 an hour task, at the cost of generating potentially $500 in that hour of revenue, most small business owners are probably doing 90% of their time, if not more, is $25 an hour work. You've got to say, well, how can I get a bookkeeper in for, it might be $50 or $60 an hour for a bookkeeper. But if they do it in 5 hours, which is what's taking you 8, suddenly you can go and spend that 8 hours, which is a whole day, going generating additional business or building additional relationships and things like that. So that's the first one. Don't think you do it yourself. Build a team around you as quickly as you can, because it will accelerate your growth. It'll make the ride more enjoyable because you're not trying to carry everything. You're not so stressed and all that sort of stuff as well. So number 2 biggest mistake is not knowing your numbers. I see it all the time. It's like flying a plane at night in the middle of nowhere, in the dark, completely dark, pitch black, no dashboard. You're just looking out the window, right? You can see nothing. You don't know whether you're gonna run into a mountain, run out of fuel, whether you're flying over the ocean. You just can't tell. And the numbers in your business are your dashboard. They tell you, look, we're running out of fuel, or we're a bit low, we need to go up. And you can tie that back to things like, your sales. Are our sales consistent? Are they dropping? Are they rising? How much cash have you got in the bank, which is your fuel, and those sorts of things. So understanding your numbers, at least on a basic level, but reviewing them consistently. Because a lot of business owners are still only looking at it when they get the GST, BAS bill, or whatever, the tax bill each quarter or each year from their accountant. And they're like, oh, they didn't know it's coming. If a surprise comes around the corner, they're like, oh crap, we've made $100,000 profit, and I've got to pay $30,000 in tax, but I've got nothing in the bank. And they don't understand why. So they're not actually sort of knowing ahead of time what's the most important thing. And number 3, I would say, and I guess these aren't necessarily in an order of priority, they're just 3 of the most important, is really investing in yourself. Is take the time. There's 2 elements of it that I believe in investing in yourself. One is nurture, and the other is knowledge. So nurture is actually doing things for yourself. I remember back, let's go back 20 years, or 18 years, so early 2000s. I was doing 80 plus hours a week. I was 20 plus kilos heavier. I had clinical depression. I felt like crap. I couldn't sleep. I just ate rubbish all the time, and I massive low self-esteem and self-worth and all that sort of stuff. But it came from not taking care of myself. Because prior to that, I'd been playing basketball and running and doing mountain biking and all sorts of stuff. But business got so busy that I let all that slip. But what I did was I stopped caring for myself. The reference I use is being selflessly selfish, right? Because it's about you actually having a little bit of selfish time, but in a view to actually serving you and those around you. Because if you show up better as yourself, you're going to impact other people much, much better as well. So, investing in yourself, that nurture thing it might be taking time for yourself, spending time with family and friends, doing those things you enjoy, recharge, exercise, nutrition, all that sort of stuff. The other part of it is knowledge. And the knowledge is really about finding out those things that you don't know that you don't know. Because if you don't know that you don't know them, there's nothing you can do about it. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm on this hamster wheel. In my business, it's Groundhog Day. Every day it's the same thing over and over and over again. And you don't see a door as an exit. You can't see a way out. But if you actually ask someone who's done it, someone who's been there before, get yourself a mentor or a coach or someone to come in who can support you to say, hey, you know what? There's actually a door just here. And if you go through that door, it opens up this new potential possibility. So I'd say those are the three things that I feel is the most important. You know, don't try and do it all yourself. The second one is knowing your numbers. And the third one is investing in yourself. Absolutely, those three will change your life.